But we lives. Hello, guys. Nice. Mike. Acting me.
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, but OBS.
Oh. Oh no. Oh. But yeah, the hell are you doing?
That is a damn good question. All right. There
Is
we
it
go.
picking us up?
Oh, yeah, because you're coming through my audio. It was just not picking me up for whatever reason. And let's make sure that it's good. Yep. Volume is at 100%. At least it says. It's not peaking in the mic, so that's good. All right. So,
Very nice.
Are those?
there we go. Hello, guys and gals, and welcome back as I slowly readjust. There we go.
Oh, okay.
But, hello, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Wildlands. First and foremost, allow me to apologize for not streaming this last Tuesday. I had some work things that I forgot about, so I did not stream. However, I will be streaming Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song this Tuesday from about 4:30 a.m. PDT to about 7:30, 7 o'clock PDT. I haven't decided yet. Pretty much whenever I choose to, make it end. However, welcome to the stream, and we will be streaming a lot more often. So look out for that fun stuff. But in the meantime, I have some self-promotion to do because I'm a whore, and I'm okay with it. First and foremost, PAX Professional DM Services, my Patreon, is live, a friendly DM to guide your adventures. So, first things first, I have 6 tiers, a $3, a $5, a $10, a $15, a $20, and a $25. At $3, you get access to my Spellkeeper section, which is all of the homebrew spells that I am designing. And for you WoW heads out there, I have just started to do all, or at least most, of the World of Warcraft talents, or rather attacks, as actual D&D spells. I am at the end of this month, on the 31st, the Cleric cantrip and first level spells will go live, featuring the greatest hits such as Holy Light, Power Word Shield, and Shadow Word Pain. Just to give you some examples. I certainly can look forward to you guys viewing them. I know that Mr. Whitehill here is a super WoW head, so I'm sure he would love to see them. Then, at the $5 tier, we have the item shop, where I have magical items that you can use in your games appearing. This month, I believe, is going to be the Shards of Power, which is a magic item I created for Auria, Brashnard, and his Sphere of Power. Each shard represents a particular wizarding school. All of the 8 spell categories, plus time and gravity magic, to form the 10 shards. And once you find all 10 shards, you can complete the Brashnard Sphere of Power, which you can design a whole freaking campaign around if you want.
And then ask a wish. It's the Dragon Balls. Go get them.
Pretty much, except there's 10 and not 7.
And each one gives you some fancy magic stuff.
Indeed. And going on to the $10 a month Monster Menagerie. This month, I am introducing a deer that has, become dear to my heart. It is called the Chorus Deer. Um, nice. I love the soundboard. But for those of you who know of Auria, you know that it is a very musically magical planet, or crystal sphere. So the chorus deer will be making their appearance. Direct inspiration by The Wandering Inn and that fantastic book series. I highly recommend. Go find it. You can find The Wandering Inn on Audible, and Matt, you know where to read it online, don't you?
Literally just search thewanderingin.com. It's free. Read it online.
The audiobook is not free, but it is fantastically narrated.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Andrea Parsnow does a great job.
Yeah. Also, apparently one of the Chronicles of Narnia books is read by Patrick Stewart. Fun fact I discovered yesterday while I started that series on Audible.
Fascinating.
And the Species Collector, which, by the way, has its art, courtesy of Fallen Star Art, Mr. Emil. You will recognize him as, well, Reeve from my Seas of Vodari campaign. He did very well on this little art piece. Species Collector allows you to access my homebrew player species, and this will include such things as the Wolfen, which we will be meeting in this campaign. It will also include such fun things as, let's look in my little book of wonder. Aha! The Wild Wood Elves will be appearing next month, as will the Ursong, who are bear people, because everybody wants to play a bear, and the Puman, who are panther people, or, well, mountain lion people. Either way, you get what I mean.
Puma people.
And then, of course, have you ever wanted to play an Ewok? Well, guess what? The Bearnoids are coming. I'm probably going to release them in July, and yes, they're fucking Ewoks.
Do they have a punting trait? Like, can they be punted effectively?
No, but they will have a advantage on any weapon attack made with a bludgeoning weapon against heavy armor. Get fucked, Empire. Your whole elite armor was nothing to sticks and rocks and a log. Get fucked.
Sticks and stones may break your bones. And your soul. And your face.
And logs really hurt.
Bet they do. And then, of course, there is also the for the $20 a month, there's the class customization. Homebrew subclasses. This month will be the Marksman. Basically, it's a warlock with guns, because everybody likes guns. And if you don't, well, America.
I will say you just merged two of my favorite classes.
And then finally,
American breathing, first form.
And then the final tier is the DM tier for $25 a month, which will entitle you to a free commissioned piece by me. It can be either a series of spells, about a page's worth, an item, a monster, or species, or a custom homebrew class. I've already designed 2 of them. In fact, actually, come to think of it, oh no, one was an artificer. Next month will be the Endless Industry, courtesy of our lovely Calicat.
Yeah, we basically made 2 warlock gun subclasses, so yeah, now you got options. Don't like one, you've got another, and if you don't like either, then, give us your money anyway.
No, I'm just kidding. But, without further ado, now that we have the majority of the players, and a Mr. Whitehill this month. Hi, Mr. Whitehill. Or rather, this week, I guess. We will begin. So, when last we left off, our party had stopped inside of the Thorny Forest, into the very heart of it, where the Thorny Forest Wild Elves called home. The chief, Goldrin, being a monstrous elf himself, more akin to a werewolf than an actual elf. Really. However, sorry, had to take a sip. Stay hydrated, folks. In fact, hydrate warning. But in response to some prompting and some information delivered by a little Volp boy, about the Lupine lands far to the north, it seems that they are under attack, and that is a problem. After all, these humans are attacking the Lupine, or let me make sure I'm actually using their correct name now, because I've changed it 4 or 6 times. 4, 6, 21, 110. Doesn't matter how many times I've gone through the name.
Yes, times. We know.
It's a lot of times. Aha, the Wolfen. That's right. And then the individual clones.
Just spoke about him. Immediately forgot.
I don't have memory. We all know this. I have Dory
You're
remember things for me. Anyway. With the Wolfen in the Lupine lands running into problems of their own, and unfortunately seeming to be isolated from the rest of the world, a few things need to happen. The first of which is that the hunter, known as Silva, is going to guide our companions towards the Grove of the Gods in order to talk to the wild gods and see what they can do about the nest and see what they can do in regards to helping the sovereignty. Then, of course...
Didn't... No, oh wait. Because technically May was there, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Weren't we allowed to, someone, I vividly remember you saying this, if someone had a way to get allies somewhere, you could set it up here. I don't remember what exactly, where here was, though.
Ah, you remember. So,
Yeah. Yes, if we could get allies to back us, we could set it up in the thing with where the prince is.
No.
So
No, sorry. There was a ruin. Yeah, I remember.
Indeed. The ruins were known as the Dead City. These were the ruins.
Oh yeah, the ruins where your people are.
Yeah, hi. That, as well as, I swear
It's
werewolf guy that Callie had an in-depth conversation with said we could set them up somewhere, like, to give them aid.
It's to the south.
So.
Okay, yeah, I didn't remember where.
No worries. So the Ruins of Old is beyond the Kingdom of Grain and Rice, which is where Miss Yuki comes from.
No, I'm a simple merchant.
That's fine. You still come from the Kingdom of Grain and Rice. The chief exposed you.
I know, but outside the wall, clearly. Mere
She's from
seller
the
of
pond.
sense.
Got it.
Mere seller of sense, cough cough.
It's not like this 1.5-year-old knows the map. It's like motherfucker.
But anyway, he did say that if at all possible, you could set up there if you could figure out a way to get there. Of course, the rumor of these humans and what they're doing. What the fuck? Oh. More, I was just reading what was posted in the Roll20 game. Anyway. Of course, you know, you were told that the Grove of the Gods would be the best place to find answers.
Mm-hmm.
In so doing, Silva would guide you to that direction. So the first place you were going to go is to a town to the northwest of Thorny Forest, a town known very simply as... let me make that a little bigger.
Thornlands?
Yeah, but I don't like that font or color.
Oh, I thought the name was a little bigger.
It's an aesthetic issue.
There we go.
Now the town is being renamed IRL.
No, it's still the same name. I just don't like the color.
I like the
Now,
idea that the map is changing in
new
real
legislation has passed.
New legislation is passed.
Oh,
the
the
town is
map
now named
magically
this.
changed the name.
So, as you head to the Thornlands, there is a path that was suggested to you. Scylla has agreed to guide you through the path that he knows the best, which will take you to the Thornlands, then north to the Ursine Wood, then to the northwest once more to either Elephant's Rest or Riverden, your choice, and then finally to Savannah, and then to the Grove. Once there, you will then find the way towards the Lupine Lands. And that will be something that you can ask the Great Spirits on how to get there faster. As Silva has mentioned that he does not actually know a path to enter the Lupine Lands. Mostly because he's never been. And to his knowledge, no one living has been to the Lupine Lands. The Lupine Lands seems to be very isolationist. But maybe now you know why. So,
Undead werewolves. Got it.
So, as you all left Thorny Forest and returned to Forest Haven, you were all given your chance to rest, take a long rest. Mr. May.
Yes, before that, I do have a question. Did Gobsy finish brewing the stuff?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was last session. That was well
Okay,
past
good.
the
Okay, good. Take South surgical kit. but that will come after. Yes, Mr. Voice in the Matrix.
You have uncovered some information, and you were hired by a certain someone. Did you wish to make a report? You do have an ability to do so.
Let me remind myself, or try.
You have a mirror to connect you to someone.
I don't think I was the one who had it.
That's Tyrador. Cough, cough. I'm
Oh,
not
is it?
listening in.
Unless you want me to report to the plants, that I can do.
It might actually be Tyrador. So yeah, Tyrador. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Did you?
I mean, to be honest, I do look like him right now.
That's true. But Mr. Tyrador, you have learned some information. Did you want to make a report?
No, I don't remember anything.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I remember bits and snippets, but my brain cannot concentrate, and I have no caffeine, and I'm getting the caffeine in my body right now.
I mean, you might not remember, but Tyrador does.
That is true. Can I make a check to see if Tyrador remembers?
Sure, roll a history check.
Tyrador! You can do it, bitch. Get that D6.
Tyrador remembers nothing but the food he ate the day before.
That
Get that
doesn't
D6 and D4. Sorry, I don't have D4 anymore. Forget it. Get that D6 though.
But before we go to bed, does
Matt, just use the D6. Jesus, I am a bard for a fucking reason.
Yeah, roll a d6. Go ahead on.
10.
10?
So, I mean, you remember a little bit. Like, you remember there's stuff, and there's places that were named.
this is not the person who should have the mirror.
No, this should not.
I mean, he doesn't have to hold on to it.
I mean, to be truthful, I think I did make a report yesterday, or I mean last session.
Mm.
But I don't remember a lot of what has happened. My brain has melted.
You did. You reported last time, and there wouldn't be much to add on right now.
Says the triple agent. He knows everything.
I mean, if I were to trust anyone's notes,
It is David.
I would half trust David's.
Yeah, that's fair.
Only half trust, though, David. Only half.
Well, because David would say I did something when I don't think I'll think I did it, but actually I didn't do that.
I mean, I'm half your ally, so that makes sense.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
not
say, yeah. Well, maybe even 1/3, depending on how many sides you're playing now.
I love the
Keep playing the
wiggles
nest,
from
the
David
party,
up
and the
there in the
sovereignty.
corner.
But we're friends, right? So it's not a problem.
Yeah.
He just sees it at the game. He's still playing us.
Oh.
But before we go to sleep, yes. Hey, Hey, Gobsy. In Terador's voice.
Yeah.
Pull scalpel.
The
Lie down.
for science. How does this work? Oh, God in the sky.
Oh boy. What exactly are you attempting to do again?
I am just using my, I believe, malleable visage in its configuration of spending 10 minutes to do it on someone else.
What
Yes.
are the... I'm an ooze/humanoid is my creature type. So...
It's alter self. It's alter self with another target. With the
Yeah.
change appearance. So,
Yeah. That's,
what do you want to look like?
I mean, yeah, very practically. What do you want to look like?
Rabbit people we've seen.
How many rat people have you seen?
Rabbit.
Oh, rabbit. Like
Prof.
4 or 5.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, Gobsy just for some reason has a fascination with the rabbit people, and I don't know why. So we're gonna look like one of those.
All right.
Indescript rabbit person number 3.
I'll make you look like Thumper.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Nice. Fair enough. As you make him look like, or make Gobsy look like Thumper.
Oh, fascinating.
But normal leg instead of mechanical leg.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, fascinating. So this is what his leg would have looked like.
I mean, to be honest, it's just you take the one to the side and mirror it. So,
Oh, there's some internal organs that might be different. Fascinating.
I don't know how much you know about the vertebrates, but legs don't have organs. They have veins and shit, but you know.
Your skin's an organ.
Fuck technicalities. I'm gonna have a sandwich. Why do I?
Why do?
You know, when I look like him, I crave sandwiches. I don't know why.
I mean, you know, sandwiches are good.
God,
And I go steal. I go steal one of Terador's.
Tyranor, you've stolen your own sandwich. What do you do?
That's actually
I'm
a
gonna-
great question.
Sure, okay. I grab his arms and I take a bite out of the sandwich.
Oh no! The fact that you think I'm doing it openly, it's great. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't know.
Never
With
mind.
me, it's kind of
If I
fun.
don't know it, then it doesn't matter to me.
No, the fact is you just hear a bum 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 bum, and then one of your sandwiches just disappears.
Dun 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 dun. Where the
There's
fuck
3
is my
suspects
sandwich?
that could have done this.
There's only 3 people that could have done this.
Well, 4, but yeah. Will I catch them? No, because I have more sandwiches.
Let's.
Because I have more sandwiches.
Gobsy sleeps in the bed for the first time in her life.
Was that a great use of invisibility? Yes, it was.
Your
Reverse waterbed.
something like that, anyway. So as you
Sorry.
as you sleep in the bed, Gobsy, it's a very different experience than you're normally used to.
Is it cozy?
It's odd, to be honest. You... How do I put this? You're not used to sleeping on a bed because you normally sleep in beakers, jars, or whatever else your master happens to have available.
Yeah, that's why I literally sleep in an urn. That's my tent.
Exactly. So, to have yourself all spread out like this, it's somewhat, like, it's nice because, like, you can feel yourself spreading out, and that's a new sensation for you, but at the same time, part of you is worried that if you don't, like, retain your shape, that you might sink into the fabric or through the bed. You're not really sure how all of this works exactly. That whole skin thing.
It's new.
Well, to be perfectly honest, you're not used to... You understand that skin is used to hold the insides, right?
Yeah.
And so you don't have that problem, but you also have the other problem of your insides are all over the place. Your insides and outsides are the same. So
Yeah.
if you're not focusing, you'll just puddle.
On me. Yeah. But I don't have that problem at the moment. It's probably really weird.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're a rabbit right now.
Yeah, that's why she's a rabbit right now, so she's like... Gobsy doesn't have the best sleep tonight.
Not the best sleep, but I mean, it's restful.
I mean, after an hour, you're back to liquid.
Similar to, like, wearing clothes or anything.
Yeah. Gobsy has, like, armor, I think. Like, she can wear clothes, so it's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
It's just
so
a
I
choice
imagine
not
it'd
to.
be similar.
It's weird. This is so weird. Oh, how long does it last, by the way?
It's the same duration as the spell. It's an hour.
Oh, okay. So after like an hour, she tries to lay down in the bed, and then like after an hour, she's like, "I'm going back in the jar." After the effects have worn off.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Oh, I thought it lasted until like you took a long rest.
Hold on, let me actually read that. No, until it finishes a long rest, you're sleeping as a rabbit.
Yeah, that's why I was like, at the end of the long rest, Gobsy's slowly turning back and being like, ugh. Melty rabbit. God, it sounds like Callie's campaign we're in.
Yeah, it kind of does. Oh, it's only gonna get worse. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, I fully believe you, and I'm so excited for it.
But anyway.
I do have merchant things I need to do on Yuki.
You do have merchant things.
Because I did leave my kittens behind to
Peddle.
take care of business and peddle and make friends and do other cat things.
I had something to frickin' ask Silva before we leave.
Okay.
Out of fire, poison, acid, lightning, there's one more, cold. Sorry, out of those, are there any that would be good to be resistant to on our travels?
Probably poison. It's a forest.
Yeah, that is his first response. Once you get out of the forest, though, he says it really kind of depends because the monsters are all strange, and the Wildlands is full of creatures that don't make sense.
I mean, fair. That was just a question, like if there's anything he'd recommend for a majority of the trek.
So, because he's going to take you through the thorny forest, there's not going to be a lot of forest travel per se. It'll be much like when you travel to the heart. It'll be that basically covered path. It's magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Ursine Woods, however, he won't be able to do that, and so definitely poison resistance would help. As for the Thornlands itself, there's nothing wrong with the Thornlands. It's just a little stop-off town.
All right. That's a because we're gonna hit the Thornlands and the Ursine Woods.
Yeah.
All right.
He has to go check up on the fellow critters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Do that and then hit Hey. Oh, mere seller of sense.
So you're gonna find Yuki?
Yeah, I'm gonna find Yuki after
Are
I
you
asked
finding
it.
me as a rabbit?
No.
Okay.
This is like a quick morning thing.
Unless you want to.
Yeah, I was just offering because that could have been fun.
By the way, your cats did not find any other cats, and go ahead and roll me a what did we decide it was for your kittens to sell things?
Damn it.
We were using my merchant stat,
Yeah,
I believe. You were having me roll merchant knowledge.
yeah, that's
um,
right.
Yeah, because they're selling scent-related items. We were just having it be like pretty much as if I was there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But by the way, Brett, could we say that I promoted Thumper as per my promise that I made him?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That'd be a 21, boss.
They come back to you with 5 gold, 3 silvers, and 2 carbuncles,
So
worth about
3
15 gold
silver?
apiece.
15, and you said 3 gold?
No. So 3 gold, 15 silver, and 2 carbuncles.
Got it.
They're semi-precious stones, worth about 15 gold apiece.
All right, writing down the carbuncle. So yeah, they come back with like gemstone and all that cool stuff.
Gobsy would like to buy something from our mere seller of sense.
Oh.
I mean, the cats are available pretty much all the way through. You could hit Yuki before or after your rabbit transformation.
I'm going to
After.
kill this
I think
fucking
it's after. She's just fascinated by being
Bunny.
tangible.
Oh, so
all
you
right,
came to me to beat Bunny again?
No.
Do you want us to?
Okay.
Go
Do you
ahead.
want us to take care of that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So Yuki, you said the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah, so she would be, looking through what looks like just some paperwork, and
Yeah.
just kind of shoves it to the side, almost kind of hiding it as she sees you. And you notice that she's been messing around with her alchemical kit with some black powder at the side.
Oh.
Gubsy, just the ooze I wanted to see. You're well, and Yuki kind of smiles. You're just oozing with charm in the mornings.
Oh, thank you. The pun is lost on her, unfortunately. But I wanted to buy a nice perfume.
Oh,
I need to readjust some internal chemicals, and you have the components.
Oh, I
Or just
see.
the pieces if you would rather.
Her face kind of falls for a moment, and then just brightens up. And then you see her just kind of big toothy grin. I thought that perhaps you had met somebody out here. Let me see. And you see her get out, her little, the kind of the stuff she has on her.
Yeah.
Well, I've been conducting a few experiments on your form, and which of these do you think would balance out your humors, so to speak?
She'd go through. But for long story short, Gobsy's gonna buy 25 gold of alchemic materials off of you.
Considering Yuki's been collecting them pretty much as we go, would I even have 25?
Yeah, you'd have it.
Yeah.
Although, I will be honest, your stock is running low.
Yeah, if I sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Yuki, kind of sighs. I'm afraid, my friend, I need, some of these components myself. But 25, you said?
Yeah, some perfume. We can substitute some of it for perfume as well.
That you have a little more of.
I see. How about 5 perfume and... Just getting a DM opinion on that. 5 perfume and, I don't know.
10 gold.
10 gold, yeah.
Of
Yeah,
alchemic
you can do
materials.
that.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a more favorable trade.
Thank you. She'll
And I will
hug
only charge
Yuki
you for the
after.
materials. Because, really, I think you'll smell lovely and will be good advertisement.
She will. She's giving herself poison resistance too.
But yeah, you'll smell lovely, so Yuki's like, if I may use you for advertisement.
Oh, that's fine.
Here. And Yuki you see her scribble something up, and she hands you a sign that basically says, smell me.
God takes it with great. She'll hug Yuki.
Aw.
Thank you.
You see her kind of flinch for a moment. Yuki, one thing you've noticed since you've been with her is that she doesn't have the physical interaction with any of the kittens or with any of the people. She's very distant, and that hug kind of catches her off guard. And she, you're very welcome. And she just kind of straightens herself out. And that dark look that you've seen every so often came over her features just for a moment. And then she, kind of shakes it aside. Well, I suppose you have, things to do.
Sorry. Didn't mean to, upset you.
Oh, I'm not upset. Flattered. Really.
She'll go off. She'll head off. I consume the materials to change to poison resistance and poison spray, respectively.
Done.
So I have a request.
Yes.
Could I have performed a sleight of hand here?
Oh.
Oh,
Roll it.
on what?
Okay, what are you
Oh yeah.
Yuki was just stealing a little bit of Gobsy.
Alright.
Oh yeah. While she's
Feeling a bit of someone. Got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're doing. Oh, okay. I need to make a note.
Yep. I think you're getting some ideas of what Yuki's looking to do.
I have
me
some
as a
ideas of what I know is going to happen.
Yeah. But Yuki is going to
You clone him, obviously, but
well,
clone Gobsy.
that is actually kind of what Yuki was thinking. If Gobsy's form, is malleable and everything, there's actually a lot of value in that as a material. And if life can be formed from it, and her scent magic affects, sentience, she's got some ideas.
Yeah.
Because if it gave her...
Gobsy's is basically a walking alchemist lab.
Yeah, Yuki's got some ideas.
At any rate,
So anyway,
Ooh, I'm excited to see what happens because I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. But yeah, as you leave, so that's, and then I am gonna want to do one thing with Oliver.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say that throughout our meetings or whatever, throughout, Oliver, what are you doing throughout the 8 hour, before we rest or whatever, just in and out?
I would imagine probably just hanging out because we're still in the. Are we out of the forest or where are we right now?
So you are in the Forest Haven. You
Okay,
are
okay.
in the tavern that you were staying.
So we got taken back over there. I'm probably just outside chilling in a tree.
She'll come find Oliver at some point.
Mhm.
Also,
Um,
there might be an elf just bird watching.
An elf.
A wink. A wink.
A head tilt.
You know, just a normal civilian that seems to be kind of well off.
Anyway,
Interesting.
Oliver.
Hmm?
Your eyes are quite fixated, she says, just making a little giggle about, the wide-eyed owl.
You think?
I have a question for you. Since
What's
we
that?
are friends, no?
Mm-hmm.
You said very early on that you were working both sides.
Yes.
Whom is the other side?
I think both sides are the other side.
I'm afraid I don't understand the answer.
Mm,
I mean, you know us.
yeah.
Motioning to the group, kind of the group in the tavern. But whom else?
Oh,
Whom
Ness.
else is your friend?
I'm not sure I'd call them friends exactly, but I work for them. Sort of.
And who is that? Them?
Mm, just the spies that I work alongside and that I report to.
I see.
he did. Excuse me. Oliver did say that Oliver's she too. I think.
Yes.
Oliver did say that she reports to the nest.
Oh. I see.
Mm-hmm.
And Yuki just... Well... You see her get out a little scroll. When you have the time, I would like you to let your friends know about this.
What is it?
Well, I figured if you were playing both sides, you could deliver a message for me. You may read it if you wish.
I'll take it.
Me watching this, and I'm thinking birds and cats are colluding. How the fuck did this happen?
What am I reading?
It looks like a list of, merchandise and other resources. This is a list of things that I have found that have probably gone unnoticed by the bird folk. I figured they would be interested in maybe what other nations trade goods are. The nest does not trade yet, but the future, even if things go poorly, there will be time to rebuild. I simply wish to play the long game.
I don't think the Nest is interested in rebuilding together.
They are not. But they may not have a choice depending on how the future goes. I would like to at least have been there since the beginning.
Okay.
Thank you, Oliver. Truly a bird of great character.
Okay.
And you see Yuki's face kind of darken for a sec as that awful look. And then she... Hopefully it doesn't come to that. And she kind of offhandedly, you see her hand slide down to her black powder, at her side, just kind of tapping it and thinking. More not intentional, just kind of a moment of giving herself kind of away. Now, they said they were paying you, yes?
Yes.
What are they paying you in?
Money.
What matters to you, Oliver?
Well, I don't keep any of it.
Then why work for them?
I send it to my sister.
Aw, I did not realize you had a sister.
Mm-hmm. She lives in the nest.
Hmm.
She's the only reason I keep this job.
Ah. I can respect that. I have family back home. I actually have many kittens.
You're a mother?
12. When I left, at least. She seems to, laugh at her joke.
Maybe
Yeah.
grandmother?
Perhaps. We have, very short lives.
You're a beautiful grandmother, Yuki.
I appreciate that. It's the soap. It keeps my fur glossy.
That part is like that actually works.
And she just smiles. Thank you for your time, Oliver.
Her self-care routine after a day of firing that gun is gonna be bussin'.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how she's got to keep herself looking immaculate after fur and gunpowder.
It was nice to talk to you, friend.
Yeah. Friends. She nods, kind of thinking over what that means a little bit. And then... I hope everything goes well in the end. And that your sister does well.
Me too.
And Yuki kind of slinks off.
As you all come to, you've all rested, you all get fed. Silva does make an appearance. And as he appears, he kind of looks to everybody.
The bird, lion, or minotaur is nowhere to be seen.
The bird, lion, worm, minotaur.
Bird, lion, or minotaur. The additional.
I thought we were prepping a new chimera battle.
I was gonna be like,
Yeah.
You know, I'll make one eventually.
As you guys are ready, Silva kind of appears. We will be traveling all day today. The mounts will not tire, at least not through the forest path, but you may sleep on the saddle if you tire. We should reach the Thornlands by sundown.
Ah, good.
I appreciate your guidance, Silva. And I'm sorry I argued with your, She's just trying to find the words.
You see him actually just kind of smile and wave a hand. It's quite alright. Every now and then, a little ruffling of his fur is good for him.
You seem close, despite, some falling out.
We disagree on some things. My position was not one that I chose. The Great Wolf picks one for us. Each of the wild elves has someone of my equivalency. We are the spirit of the clan, while the chief is the leader and the voice. The shamans, or tree whisperers, as some call them, are the mind and wisdom of the clan. It takes the three of us to govern efficiently. For when one of us is wrong, the other two can challenge. And we keep each other in check, as it were. It is a delicate game we play, and it is a delicate balance. But, as the spirit of the clan, many people look to me first. Goldrin is an effective leader.
Do not take offense, but I have a question.
I cannot take offense. That does not belong to me.
Does the Great Wolf ever get it wrong?
Yes. All of the spirits have gotten it wrong at least once. Though I will... It is not right of me to speak ill of the other clans, but some of them have been less... have been less. You see, that's all he seems to be willing to say on that subject, but he then shakes his head. The clans were not always at peace. We were not always friendly. And we definitely were not always allies.
Just as the world is now.
Yes. It took many years for the many clans to become allies. The Bortus clan were some of the rougher ones. Infighting was very common among them. The Ursine, or Bear Claw, as they are also known, were known to be isolationists, and did not wish to engage with everyone. As for the Soft Paws, well, they are special in their own right. And you can imagine that those in the aviary, or aviary as some call it, I suppose. I don't know how you pronounce it in mortal tongues. But at any rate, the aviary were hesitant to leave an alliance with the nest, as the great eagle is their spirit. In fact, I have not heard the Sky Caller, or rather the Talon Keeper, as some call him. I have not heard from him since the great culling of dragons. The dark day that was. Yeah,
I see.
you see his eyes kind of glow over, and you've seen that look in people who are reliving experiences. Especially, warriors, old warriors at that.
Yeah, Yuki knows that look well.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she's
The
not
Nam
that old.
flashbacks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Presently, though, he shakes his head. But we waste daylight.
Sure. Let us continue. And I will stay on watch just in case.
Well,
Yuki
let us
says,
go,
getting on the
Patriots.
front of her cart, and then you hear the click.
Guy you've never seen before. Let us go, compatriots.
Wait. Did you bring a friend?
No. He is not one of us.
Mm.
His scent
Yuki's-
is wrong.
Yuki's going to examine based on scent.
Fun point of fact, people. All of the disguise self spells and all of the alter self spells, unless specifically mentioned, don't alter scents.
Yeah.
Because 90% of creatures are unaware of how to mask that. Also, poor May was incorporeal, so really has no idea. He's learning, though.
I mean, it says distinguishing characteristic. Scent would count.
Yeah, it's kind of,
Eh,
but it's an investigation check, I think, in the spell, right?
True.
Gobsy
out of
pulls out a sign to the new person that's traveling with them.
I mean, so
It doesn't say.
it would be.
None of your statistics. You can also appear as a creature of any of the ship stays the same. If you're bipedal, you can use it. Yeah, it doesn't say.
It's I believe it's in the DM somewhere, but
So
basically to see through
for
an illusion-
disguise self, it's an action on an investigation check, but yeah, it doesn't say for alter self.
Yeah, it's basically me bullshitting you, basically.
But Gobsy pulls out a sign that says "Smell me,"
At any rate,
or whatever. What was the sign? What did it say?
It literally
it
does
literally
say
does
smell
say
me.
smell me.
Smell me. And she holds it up to the new friend.
I am very confused.
I smell
Very
nice
well.
now.
I smell nice now, says Gobsy.
Yeah, indeed you do. Well, that
Yes,
little
that is
pigeon friend, that little pigeon friend of yours, talked me up to come with you.
Okay. Silva just shrugs. There are wolves and his great feline. Of course, your mounts are kept nearby too and helped along. But
Everyone else gets on a wolf, I imagine.
a wolf, or on the cart, or on the mount. Actually, Altera gets on her axe beak anyway. But yeah, there's plenty of mounts for everyone. Even mounts big enough to take Teardor.
Teardor? Yeah.
It's a dire mount.
Fire mammoth.
It is a great
May-
dire mount.
May I get on with Yuki?
On
Is
the
there room
cart?
on your cart, Yuki?
Yeah, I mean it's a big cart. Yeah, you'd be fine. I could probably store like 1 or 2 people in it, and then 2 people driving, even with all the cats.
Hmm. The cats are Tetris pieces. They just fit.
Yeah, they kind of do. Well, water.
If it sits, I
You know, most likely the closest thing we have to news, besides Gobsy.
Exactly. They're all excited to like have a new friend. They're trying to instantly sell you stuff.
Seems very interested. Seems very interested
Bye?
and keen
Bye?
on not purchasing. On not purchasing.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, maybe by this smell. Ooh, you smell off. Here's soap.
You're so.
As you all strap in and as you all get comfortable, the journey begins.
Yeah.
And let me
Mid journey, I'd like to just beneath my breath, just start speaking to Yuki.
So Yuki's just driving in the front. Her little rifle laid across her lap. Gobsy, are you taking a seat next to her again?
No, she's on a wolf this, and that's why.
Gotcha.
I would have taken that actually. That's why I'm trying to speak beneath my breath, because I'm beside you.
All right.
As you see, just in the voice of this elf, you just hear that. The word that when May speaks, you immediately think of him because he says it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So you just hear, darling.
Yeah, Yuki's eyebrow raises. You went into Mama's house.
Oh, that was a while ago, but yes.
Yes. And she clearly wasn't your mother.
No, but apparently she made me a bird. I don't know how to feel.
I was going to say, yeah, she rebirthed you. Very.
It was very disconcerting. However, I did not mean to try and eavesdrop, because I didn't, but I still, in some regard, don't trust Oliver.
Why not?
They did not pass the vibe check.
Vibes incorrect.
Mm.
Also, I've been a charlatan my entire life. Even if it is a year and a half, I lie as I breathe.
I think it is your nature to be deceptive, so you assume others are.
You have a point, but still, I'm curious about the collusion of birds and cats. What were you talking about? If it
Trade agreements.
Hmm.
Yuki is totally 100% on that.
trade agreements with
Yes.
Nest?
Possibly.
Why? You know they wouldn't take you up on it.
You see Yuki kind of think about it. You notice all these factions about ready to go to war against them, no?
Well, I'm all for the proletariat rising, so yes.
But what happens after? What happens 10 years from now? 20 years from now? When I am no longer around, and from what you told me before, when you are no longer around.
Well, it might be a bit more complicated than that now. I might not only have 10 years to live now. I have no idea.
Ah, wonderful. You see her brighten up. Good for you.
Thank you. Also, long term hasn't been always on my mind, so it might be a bit difficult for me to come to grips with this. However, with
Treat it as
how
a
long
thought experiment with me then.
how long have the Nest being how long have they been oppressing these people?
Very long time.
Do you think they're just gonna let it go if they win?
Let me be very clear. And she looks down at the rifle. You know, the one where she's... And that ugly, awful look where, you know, when she was about ready to stomp out a bunch of baby alligators kind of covers her features.
Mm-hmm.
They may not have a choice. It is up to the victors to decide it is up to the victors to decide the fate of their fallen, so to speak, their enemies.
Well, that I get. That much I get.
But I highly
However-
doubt that they will be wiped from existence. Therefore, a society will remain.
However, cold, I expect. But I see your point.
I will be there for the rebuilding effort. Her face kind of going back to her usual naive. And
Well-
we'll make a better world through trade, of course.
Well, if you need a spokesperson.
I don't know. You'd have to compete. And she motions over to Gobsy with her sign, who I imagine has been flashing it at animals.
Gobsy has it, but
I think that Gobsy might do well in the advertising area. Yes.
Absolutely. She is
Yeah.
wearing our Daisy fragrance right now.
They have potential.
Exactly. And if you wish to assist, then I will be here for you. I could always use more associates.
And of course, if you need an extra paw. And I just lightly use the magic to transform my hand into a cat paw.
Yeah,
I'm here.
of course.
However, as of now, just call me Ardeth, all right?
Our death it is?
And May is on break right now.
So, will I have to remember many names or just a few?
Only the ones I give you. The ones I give others, well, forget them.
Ah, well, I'm a mere settler of scent. I don't know how I could be asked to remember everything. As she scribbles down Ardith and kind of say, yeah.
Well, I am just going to restrain my bow then.
Good to be ready. It's a pleasure to talk with you, Ardith.
Pleasure to talk to you too, Yuki. And however, just keep this conversation between us. Once again, my distrust for Oliver is still half-hearted but present.
Let me give you advice towards that. Oliver does not strike me as a liar. And she just kind of,
Good
nods,
advice. Good advice.
waiting for his response. Yes?
You just see me contemplate it for a second.
You do not need to lie to hide truths.
That much I know, darling. However, the dance around the truth, the omission, the plays around words, that's what... And even if it's not well-manufactured playing around words, it's what makes me reticent to trust them.
It's not. I personally say you take him at face value. He has a sister in a city that he works for to take care of her. His motivations are her motivations are very clear.
Sister.
Mm-hmm. Protect the sister and be friends.
If I ever talk to her in private, I might inquire. Just so I can crush doubts I have about her. Sleep is something that didn't come to me for a while, and it's been tumultuous just because of that owl.
Yes. One more time there, White.
So what he said is like sleep is something that hasn't come to me for a while because didn't sleep for a whole year. And now it's tumultuous because of that fucking owl. The fucking was not said, but
It'll come easier. See, the best thing to deal with somebody like that is to have nothing to hide. It's hard for you, I know.
My entire existence is a lie. You can see how it could be troublesome for me.
Then learn. Learn honesty and friendship. I will teach.
Well, friendship is not a foreign concept to me. I have those who I care for.
Oh, but combining it with honesty. And Yuki just giggles. And you see her reach in and get a little flask. Take a little sip.
I will take your words to heart, Yuki.
But what do I know?
A purveyor of sense and a purveyor of wisdom.
And yeah, she just nods. See? Learning.
Also, I need you to let me take a whiff of that shit you take during fights. It makes you go fucking ham.
She sighs for a moment. It's a scent from a grasslit perch from home. I believe it won't have the same effect. You have to feel a love for your homeland,
Well, I'd still like to experience it at some point. Just to know what you feel.
Someday. She just nods.
Just see a smile
I'll
curl
take
up
you there
at the
myself.
corner.
I'll take you to
See
the
this-
original site.
I'd love that.
You'd be a guest of honor. And you'd even meet a few of my kittens.
Children, grandchildren, what's up? You got 5 here.
Probably grandchildren since I've been away. I hope
You
they
got
grow
5
up.
here, you got 12 more back home? Damn.
These aren't necessarily mine,
Well,
but they are.
they're yours now. The family grows. Well, thank you for the conversation.
Good luck, Arlen. And she just kind of focuses on the road.
No, I just silently finish restringing the bow and lean back, looking up at the canopy.
As you
Out of tree.
all are riding, the day goes by pretty quickly, in all honesty. You then... You then reach the edge and the outskirts. And in so doing, you can see a vast savanna in front of you. And it is huge. In fact, actually, Tyrdor, I need you to roll a wisdom save.
Dear Lord. Save, right?
So
Yeah.
we come across the savannah and we just hear ah.
Tyrdor, it's so much open space. It is so much open space. And then you calm down.
What
What happened?
Does Theodore suffer from agoraphobia?
So it's called Prairie Madness, and it affected settlers in America. Basically, when they hit the wide open country that is most of Middle America, they lost their fucking minds. Literally went crazy because it's so flat and so open.
It's like being in open water, and there's nothing in any distance.
Pretty much.
Ah.
However,
Beautiful.
as you come to the end of it, you notice that the trees have changed types. Before, you were encountering deciduous trees and conifer trees, typical trees. Now you're seeing
Irregular trees.
baobab trees. The really massive, thick African trees.
Mm.
They are actually the main tree here. As well as the really thin ones that are like barely trees and like sprout off in 4 directions.
Oh, acacia?
Yes, thank you. It's at this point that Silva looks to you and then points into the distance, where you can see a literal fuck off amount of brambles that are growing just everywhere. And out of the earth, out of rock, and it's formed a clump in the middle of this open savanna. And he points, that is the Thornlands. I would warn all of you that the Leonin who live here are prideful, and they take greater offense than most creatures. If you do not wish to fight an honor duel, then I suggest you be on your best of behaviors.
Gosh, never
Well-
would fight an honor duel. That
Well,
sounds like
shit.
something, not a merchant would do.
So I just go back there with Gobsy. I come back out the front looking like Ken's fucking nephew, like Sen's nephew.
Like who?
Senar's nephew.
I didn't know who he was talking about. I'm not gonna lie.
It's all good. And he
Well, hell.
he pulls out a charm and kind of attaches it to his necklace. And once he nods his head. Very well. Let us move forward without causing alarm, he says skeptically.
Agreed. Okay.
By the way, again, canon name of Sonar's nephew is Kent Ken. It's Ken Ken.
That makes sense.
Well,
Also still dressed with the kind of more, now a bit more roughed up leathers that the elf was using.
Right. And so as you make your way, the landscape here is very different, incredibly so. However, you are starting to see more, or rather larger, animal life. As you're looking out, you can see massive herds of some kind of quadrupedal
Bison.
bovine creature. You can also see off in the distance, towards the brambles, you can see a massive creature, solitary in its existence. It is quite simply known as... What the fuck? Anyway.
Sorry, I was gonna say, this music has been building up this fucking savannah description, like, holy shit.
yeah.
Hasn't it?
Been getting louder and louder as if there's about to be like a
Something
Snake across the
cresting the horizon.
Minotaur.
It is kind of funny.
A
Yeah.
Minotaur horde crest the horizon and they raise banners at us.
Oh shit.
It's time for war.
So, Silva, which of these is the most delicious? Motioning to all these animals.
Points to the big one.
he actually...
What's the big one?
The big one is... you all remember the Oliphants from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
It's a Mumakil. Fuck. Okay.
I don't.
So, a massive elephant... Let me get a picture.
It's a war elephant. is
You
what
want,
it
you want to
is.
say a mastodon, something like that?
No, it's even bigger.
It's like the thing. It's like those. There's a movie where it's like big as a castle or a city.
Mega mastodon.
It's huge. But yeah, here we go. And for our viewers at home, I will add the. I will add it as a handout. We will do it under here.
Monster.
Well, yeah, but I gotta find it first. Okay, here we go. Technically, this is called a... Silva actually looks at these, looks at the large one, and shakes his head. Doom font is not your target.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
of
cool.
course.
Once
Looks like you taste the alpha. It's great. No offense, man.
None. I don't care.
Looking over at Gobsy.
Gobsy's oily. She doesn't think she's gray.
But presently, he just shakes his head. Doom fonts, once they've reached adulthood, as that one has, are not any predator's meal. They are quite simply... Well... quite simply too large. And they are herbivorous by nature. Oh, for those of you who have seen Baki, it's the giant fuck-off elephant that Baki's dad killed. That's about their size category.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still don't know, but I'll have to look it up now.
Dude, it's
I-
fucking
you-
hilarious.
Takes on a country's military. Yeah.
Yeah, Kent just goes, well, shit. That puts Mega in Megafauna.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, grappler Baki, and it's not.
I do believe that to take one of those things down, you might want some artillery striker.
Who are you?
I was here the entire time.
Yeah.
Such big
that's
eyes, you didn't notice me, really?
That's exactly the elephant that you see before you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna post anything else I found from this because it's all gore, and I'm just gonna not.
Yeah.
That's pretty much about right.
I love to imagine the fact that Teardor and Oliver are just like, what are these people?
Who are these people?
The only box I've ever known was a dog.
Presently, though, this land is megafauna on crack, to put it quite simply.
Great.
Yeah, megafauna are here. However, it doesn't seem to bother. It does seem to see you, but it doesn't seem to be bothered by you, and so it just keeps passing on by.
Why the fuck would it?
Yeah, exactly. You pose no threat.
Yuki, bring the cannons.
It's pretty much her logic.
Bring the artillery. Tonight we feast.
Yuki, as you're looking at it, you're just like, I'm not sure we have artillery big enough.
Oh,
Yuki, I
it's
also
the law
put
of
an
averages.
addendum, like,
with enough firepower.
Yuki, in the note of bring artillery, I just put an addendum. I just put a plus.
Artillery plus is what you need.
Bring
Artillery
more
greater
artillery.
than. Plus greater than.
Presently, though, Silva takes his charm and speaks into it, and as he does, you all hear a lion's bellowing roar come from the amulet in question. As it does, he rides forward, your mounts following his. And it indeed, as the sun is going down, a group of creatures are coming to meet you. Let me take a look here. I need to pull up. Here we go. Yeah, I like this one. Again, just for the folks at home, I claim no ownership over any of the art I use. It is just art used as placeholders. So please do keep that in mind.
Sage not artillery plus.
As you guys arrive, though, you see a group of creatures. These creatures are, quite simply, they are lions. Those of you in the Sovereignty, you know of the Leonin. Though you know that they joined the Overworlders for some bizarre reason, but here they seem to be quite firmly in the Beastmen camp. Then again, you're not even sure if the tribe system works out here. Like, you're pretty sure it does, but it's almost like everything here would be...
in the Beastmen camp.
Yeah,
And you know, there's also one sitting next to the other cap.
But the creature in question kind of stops and speaks. Halt, Elven One. You approach the Thornlands. I am Thornweaver Kovu. Allow me to show you a photo.
Cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that is actually pretty sick.
Thornweaver Kovu.
And you see Silva bow his head. A pleasure and honor to meet you, Thornweaver. I am Wolfkin Silva. And you actually see that the Leonin seems to like straighten up a bit, and he tilts his head. We have not seen a chosen of your kind for ages. What has brought you from your thorny forests? We're passing through to the Ursine Wood. But we need to stop in the thorns. We hope that this will not be an issue. I do have proper gifts. And you see Kovu seem to think. Very well. Come. Your companions are odd. We have not seen their like before. I am sure the Thornkeeper will be interested to know. And with that, he turns and again, this hunting party of Leonin just kind of falls into place behind him. You do also notice that there are, now that you can see them, because at first they were hiding in the large savanna grass, you can actually see lionesses about the size of horses. They're dire lions.
Like quadrupedal lions?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
like straight up massive quadrupedal
Wild
lions.
lions.
No, bigger, like mega lions.
Yeah, but wild lions.
Yeah.
Matt,
What?
I thought you did the joke of the wild lions. Wild lions.
Wild
No.
lands.
I did not purposely know.
Yes. Sorry.
Not purposely. I love that. However, they again seem to flow out of the grasses as they're no longer hunting you, and instead they're just following along.
So I see in this land that the cats eat big fish. I am looking forward to dinner.
Gobsy looks around like, I don't think
there's
there's
a-
going to be a lot of fish.
I also think if that went wrong, the big cats would have eaten smaller cats.
Oh no, it tastes terrible. I taste like, well, daisies and roses. This cat is not interested in that.
Well, to be fair, you are a natural repellent.
Yes, of course. See? She smiles.
Gets closer to Yuki.
Besides, gunpowder is also... Most animals do not like the sun.
Me looks at it. Me opens a bag filled with 10 sticks of dynamite. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you right.
But come, dinner will be amazing, and I want to find out how these... And she motions to our lion men guest. Got so tall.
So as you
Clearly,
The most disrespectful, like, wave.
as
she's
you,
excited.
as you move along with them,
This music got ominous quick.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
it is getting on nighttime. And again, as you are moving along, the massive thorn brambles are jutting from the earth in jagged outcroppings, only to spike back in, much like serpents or much like great leviathans. For those of you who have played World of Warcraft, this is very much the bramble hide Quillbore camps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh.
And you, as you guys enter a covering of them, you eventually are covered from the sky entirely. And once inside, you can hear children playing. You can hear and see more of these Leonin just moving about and basically just going through their day to day. It is not a large tribe. However, you also notice mixed among the Leonin are gnolls. Not a lot of them.
Interesting.
All of the males and females of adult nature seem to be wearing robes, woven together with natural fibers and thorny brambles for belts and connecting pieces. You can also see massive dire hyenas moving about with the lions. All of them, now that you can kind of see, are painted and seem to have these strange markings on them that does not look like it comes from a natural cause.
Are the gnolls obsessing over bows?
No.
Okay, not that type. Got it.
However, the gnolls are, they seem to be doing most of the working. They're making the tent, making the campfires, making the food, repairing things, whilst the Leonin seem to be moving about, some of which are talking to the great thorn bramble vines, and seem to be doing something to them. There's others who are returning from various hunts. You can see various bits of game. A massive Titanoboa is dragged in by one particularly large hunting party. Although
Oh my gosh, they have a giant eel.
Although you do
He's
notice that
excited.
two members of the hunting party are carrying basically dead bodies that have been wrapped hastily in leather on their backs.
It's a snake. It's big snake, not eel.
They have by far the largest prey. Even the rabbits here are the size of dogs, like German shepherds.
Looks at Professor. Oh, darling.
Tobias looks a little green around the gills, but you know. Upon closer inspection, though, these rabbits have massive horns, more akin to antlers, actually, and also have really sharp-looking teeth.
Oh my god, are they Whopperdingers? Sorry, what?
Anyway.
Do you not know what that is?
Brent, I was thinking that you were going to bring back the curse of the mega bunicorn.
No, not in the Thornlands. Don't get me wrong.
That's not a no.
They exist here, and I will get you. It just won't be in this campaign. Or
I
well,
didn't even do it to you. I did it to Mason.
but anyway,
Yuki
you
is
can
just excitedly writing down everything as the cats are like wanting to go make friends, and she's just like kind of keeping them on check.
You can see one particular gnoll speaking with a lioness dressed in chiefly attire. She very clearly is in charge. And the Leonin just... I tell you they are moving. We must do something. And she simply shakes her head. No, we mustn't. That is the Pride Paw's problem. They fall or rise on their own. We have already decided this. You would let the Pride Paw fall? Over this? Most assuredly. I warned the Pride King that his brother would kill him. I warned him about that from the day he was a cub, and he ignored me. So, now that it has come to pass, I feel no need to move or act. You can see he doesn't seem to like this, and she just waves the paw. Be gone, mad dog. I have no need of you. And he just slowly walks off.
Hold on. Is there a guy named Ted that is dressed in red by that guy?
No.
Okay.
I mean, if there is, you don't see one.
Is Red Ted? You know what I'm getting at. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I know well what you're getting at, which is why I'm smiling.
I can't see it, motherfucker.
I know. But
You can't hear it in his voice?
I mean, I can, but I can't. But he works in a casino. He has a good poker.
I really don't. Actually.
I mean, your VTuber has a good poker face.
This is true.
It's more for the Cali Cat.
Continue. Sorry for the interruption.
Cove. No, I was in the middle of editing something. Presently, the Thornweaver speaks. Thornkeeper, I bring you guests from the Thorn Forests, and this is the chiefess you see as she turns. I am Thornkeeper Serafi Thornpaw. Welcome to the Thornlands. Be welcome, guests, and so long as you are, well, honorable, you shall find safe haven here. Silva dismounts and gestures for all of you to dismount. He then reaches into one of the saddlebags on his great feline and pulls forth a earthen jug and presents it forward. A token from the chieftain of the Wolfheart. And she takes it, boom, opens it up. Yuki, you can easily smell the scent of wine, and she takes a sip and she smiles. Ah, a fine draught of a fine elixir. Yes, this will do. And she gestures to one of the large brambles that has been shaped into a home, into an actual, dwelling. Come. I have many questions. And
too have many questions. But there's always truth in wine. You see her like, Yuki gives a smile.
Presently, she leads you into this home, and it is very odd. All the furniture seems to be made of these brambles. No, it seems to be made of the brambles. None of it seems to grow out of the floor or anything. But all the furniture seems to be alive. It's still living plant life. It doesn't seem to have died at all. And she brings you into a larger room where there are cushions, and she sits down on the floor and gestures for all of you to sit as well.
Yuki does that cat curl on it, kind of excitedly, oh, it's a big pillow. I hate to be rude, but may I ask the first question, other than the one I just asked?
And this one?
You may.
She kind of smiles. When may we feast?
The meals are being prepared later.
Ah, wonderful. Now to the less important matters, she says, smiling.
Do you want a sandwich? I mean,
No, I want some of that eel. You keep telling her it's a snake. She's convinced it's eel.
Please.
Presently, she looks to all of you. You are all very strange to these lands. Who are you and where do you hail?
Gobsy goes first. Sorry.
Simultaneous.
Gobsy, I hail from the ruins to the. She paused for a minute. East?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
The-
ruins? Ah, the ruined castle.
Yes.
You come from the swamps. You have traveled far.
I am a doctor.
Ah, I see. A healer. Well, you will find no strangers to healing magic and healing ways here. She then looks to you, Tyrador.
Even further east.
I was about to say.
He comes from a land from across the sea.
Out where the you live, the sea.
royalty.
I was just gonna keep going with C, east with C, but it wouldn't work. Oh god.
You are far from the Twin Lakes, Bullman. What has brought you
Well.
so far east?
He's not from there.
Are you gonna correct her?
Are you
I'm
gonna
actually-
say anything?
Give him a
You know what?
chance.
I'm actually not gonna correct. I'm just gonna go with it.
Okay. What do you
I
think?
want to see where this goes. Sorry, I have been adventuring further inland to see the deep woods and the swamps.
Hmm. I had not thought that your kind traveled this far east anymore. Not since the wars with the Sharp Fang Pride. But I am glad to see you.
Gobsy, say, I thought you were from east as far as east goes.
I am just going.
She looks at you, Gobsy. No, they are from the west. I understand how you could get that confused.
I just pat
Yeah.
Gobsy's head.
Gobsy's trying to figure out which of these is the lie, then.
Can I roll a deception to Gobsy?
Of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll insight.
Can I ask this is happening?
It is the most blatant lie you have ever seen. It has never been more clear that I am lying through my teeth.
I just
Gobsy?
got here for that. That's
Oh
amazing.
my gosh.
Gobsy's like,
Everyone's
no.
passive insight is like, oh, honey.
And she's like,
I understand.
but you and some other companions came from a land beyond the sea to the east on ships.
Oh, not me. Just that.
No, that's what you said. You told me, and like would recite you verbatim from our last encounter with the Wolf King's introduction.
How big is Gobsy again? Gobsy, you're tiny, right?
Yeah, I'm like 5'6". I'm like
Just-
I
just-
put you in my
just-
bag. I just
No,
put
no,
you in my bag when you start.
I just
Put
put
her
you
back
in my
the jar.
bag.
Just put her back in the jar.
You just put me in my own jar.
Back to napping, dear.
Do you try and grapple me?
I mean,
Sure.
you have to.
You actually have disadvantage on grappling me.
By the way, what is it for grappling again?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Thank you.
Opposed athletics or
Contested,
acrobatics?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
No.
no.
that one.
Hold on.
Gobsy, what is with your roll?
Guys, you just hear me go. Eric, roll again.
Oh, you gave me disadvantage?
Yep.
What the fuck? What is this? Okay,
Has determined Theodore shall fail.
Okay. Also, just in case you need to save your ass because of the snitch, you have an advantage on your next check.
Oh my god.
can
Gobsy's
I
like a
describe
liquid.
how I fail?
Oh yes,
yes.
please.
Okay, I go to reach down Gobsy, and my hand literally goes through Gobsy and out the other end, and I lose my balance and just fucking collapse on top of Gobsy.
You
Well,
get
well,
eyes
shit.
Gobsy
wide.
liquids up back to
Pay them
upright.
dinner first.
Her
Buy them dinner first. Damn.
However, you watch the Thornkeeper as she's clearly confused because she rolled a nat 1 on her insight check, so she bought Theodore's story. Presently, though, since some of you seem confused, and she looks to you, Yuki.
Yes, my companions are, Meadow Fever.
Who are you and where do you hail?
Oh, I am Yuki. I hail from a land I hail from the land of grain and rice. A mere merchant outside the wall.
Ah. It has been long since any from that land were seen. I had thought they had all died behind that wall.
Not for lack of trying, sadly. Yuki kind of smiles. I have a feeling that Yuki and this person gets along, at least thus far.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this some kind of predator mating ritual? Oliver, you just see the other lion like lean in. Yes, it is.
Sage
Does
knife.
Gobsy
It does
hear
smell
this?
Nice. I mean, yeah.
God damn it.
okay.
It's
Well,
not
we'll
a very
do this
big
while.
room. Presently, though, she nods. Well, be welcome in the Thornlands. It has been a long time since an Ellerin was seen.
An Ellerin? Yuki's head tilting.
It is what we call you. The felines who are not of the greater varieties.
Ah.
Tabaxi,
Oh, no.
Leonin, and Ellerin are the 3 feline families.
So, Meowlico is Ellerin?
I have not heard that word, but yes, I would equate them.
I...
Did not know you felt this one.
Yeah. I humbly wish to know, how did you get so... She, like, does the little paw thing with both of her hands, like, big. One day, maybe my people could be so mighty.
We are the children of Lion, of the great king, the king of all things. Or at least the king of all beasts. Depending on who you ask. We are his first children. He, along with the great spirit known as Mantu, the civilization wielder, created us to be a society that could spread Lion's great kingdom. You are closer to Kirira, or maybe Bast, the deities of the other felines. Though Korea is more of a Tabaxi deity.
I wish to say it, but beyond the wall, it is mostly about the Cube, and thus, you know, something with a few more tails than myself. It is all about Fox, it seems. We do not have our own spirit behind the wall, so I greatly wish to meet this one of these cat spirits, and perhaps the King of Beasts himself, if he deems it worthy.
Well, he might. I do not know his will. I am not one of his speakers. I am the Thorn Keeper. I speak with the earth itself, with the great goddess of that particular realm.
Well, if you would happen to pass on a message. Yuki says, doing her little, bow, her little friendly bow.
I wouldn't mind.
Thank you.
Titania is a old deity. Kirdor and May, you both recognize the name Titania. She is the sovereignty's deity of Earth. Specifically, she's the goddess of Earth, forests, civilization, and the the elemental plane of Earth. She is a sovereignty deity, though apparently she is known in the Wildlands, at least by some.
Yep.
Presently, though.
So
She
your
does-
people are hunters, I've noticed.
Hunters, warriors, though the Thornpaw, my tribe are shaman and druids. We tend to the plants of the great fields, as they are known.
Lion-hearted and lion-spirited. Just as putting her paws together, like putting the two ideas together.
Indeed. She then looks to Oliver. What is one of the flying folk doing in my thorns?
Traveling.
You see she actually leans towards you and inhales and tilts her head. You smell of the wilds. Are you a druid as well?
I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I think so.
Are you one who guards the land from those who would seek to harm it?
I can't say I've guarded many lands, but I've guarded creatures before.
That is well enough. There are many of your kind here, druidic folk. They are not equal to you in any way. I have not seen one of the wild chosen in many, many moons. I had heard the Pride Paw had them, but I cannot be sure. At any rate, it is a pleasure to meet a fellow guardian of nature.
It's nice to meet you too.
She then finally looks to you, May. You are odd.
How so, Thorn Speaker?
You look like us, but I do not recognize your coloring. You come from where?
Well, me and my kin were nomadic sort. And most of them are gone by now. Me and a couple others are all that's left.
I see.
Jazol Ken of the Stonehenge Bride.
She tilts her head. I have never heard of that pride before, but be welcome. I
humbly accept your welcoming.
I shall have to ask the Iron One when he comes through next.
Well, I will say, in these lands at least, the pride is practically non-existent.
A shame. Were you caught up in the fall of the Pride Paw?
Fortunately, no.
Oh, excuse me.
We
Pride
were.
Bane.
We were far away by then.
Good. It has been a...
Also, what you see, May, when he says Stonehenge, you see his eyebrows raised, like, how the fuck did I know this? Still
Though.
residual of when he spoke to ghosts.
Presently, though, she nods. Well, unfortunately, I wish the prides were in better condition to receive you. And this stone hedge pride as well. Unfortunately, with the Bridemain tribe falling to the knolls, and with the Sharp Fangs being embroiled in war, it is unlikely that we can put a proper welcome to another pride.
Well, if all goes swimmingly, the Stonehenge may walk amongst you once more.
I look forward to it. Perhaps they can help.
Also, I am a sort of a speaker myself, but I speak of stories of the past.
Ah.
I tell the stories I've accumulated.
The Sandpaw. Yes. And she kind of looks to this side conversation that's been going on. Are you all right?
They're discussing mating rituals. Never mind them. I will take care of this. You, both of you, down. Get.
Yeah, what just happened in chat is fine. There's now a jar over Gobsy.
She tilts her head.
Victory!
I am
both of you, down. Get.
Forgive my compatriots. They have, you know.
It's a very
strange relationship. She kind of leans in. The catnip, you see. I sell scents, and sometimes
they get into
the
the stash
mind.
sometimes.
That explains it.
Not usually so potent, but
something might have tipped over, mixed it with a catnip, made it strong. You know how it goes.
Got it. Where are you all traveling to? I heard the elf is taking you to the Ursine Woods, but I don't know why you lot would want to go there.
Yuki kind of looks down. I need to get to the Grove of the Gods.
Oh.
The same magic that created my people beyond the wall is similar there. Perhaps I can understand their truth.
The grove of the ones who created us all.
Aye. But why such a different smell from across the land?
Wow.
There's many mysteries of the world still not explained, yes?
There are mysteries if you do not know the stories already. But, yes, you would need to pass through the Ursine Woods, likely through Westwood, then... Where do you travel then? Thereafter? Silva actually looks to you lot. Well, the choice was either Riverden or Elephant's Rest. At the words Elephant's Rest, you actually see her stiffen, and she lowers her head, and you can hear her mutter a soft prayer. For those of you who speak Beast Folk, which actually probably is everybody.
Yeah, I think so.
You can actually hear the prayer. It reads, "Blessed is the life giver. Blessed is the prey. We thank you for your sacrifice." Presently, though, she lifts her head. I see. If you pass through Elephant's Rest, do be sure to visit the Gravekeeper. He has not had many visitors. My tribe used to make a pilgrimage to there, but with the Sharp Fangs in civil war, we thought it best to avoid complications. I think you outsiders would find Elephant's Rest to be enlightening. Elephant's Rest is proof that the Wildlands work. And I will leave the story for the Gravekeeper. Jumbo is a phenomenal storyteller. I am not.
Well, I have no objections going to Elephant's Rest.
If it would suit everybody, we can make a detour, I suppose.
Oh, it's not a detour. If you're getting to the grove, you'll have to either take
It's
the
on the
road
way.
through the rest or the road through the river. Either way. One of
It's
the
on the
two.
way.
I just feel such a calling to get to the grove as soon as possible. Is all Yuki says, kind of justifying her impatience a little bit.
She nods.
But I suppose we could stop.
You would have to. Your mounts will not travel the rest of the way in the savannah. Not as they are. I imagine you'll be leaving them with the bear folk. Bearkin. Same thing. Yes, we will. Very well. I wish you all the best. It is quite a journey. But I must admit it is a fantastic journey. If you could catch a back on one of the Great Doom fonts, one of the older ones, they would take you straight to Elephant's Rest with no need for detour. Though I have not seen one of the ancient ones in many years. I heard the Sharp Fangs had one pass by, not 10 moons ago. But that was the last I heard from anyone from the Sharp Fangs. The Ursine Woods are our destination. The bear folk need to be called. Ah, are the forest dwellers finally moving? We are. This lot here wishes to destroy the nest. Or at least stop them. She actually, tilts her head. I see.
Yes, including the birds.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
At least
And
they
Yuki
don't stay
kinda-
right around to it.
You see her cross her paws a little bit, because she's doing the cat lie down. And grip, tightly grip it. Total war is something that we should all be a little wary of.
You see that she just tilts her head, and then eventually she just shakes it in disagreement. No. War for the sake of bloodshed is what we must avoid. War for the sake of freedom must always be fought.
With respect. I've seen what total
Not
annihilation
this.
does. And Yuki just yawns. That cat yawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And you notice her shaking her head, and then she reaches into her pack. And you recognize it, of course, May, as
Yeah.
the
The
scent
the
that she's-
drugs the drugs that you use, yeah.
Yep. She takes a scent of that, and you see her sit back up, cross-legged, and more reserved. Yeah.
DM.
Yes.
Yes. Go
But the
ahead.
nest
Sorry.
is causing issues. Thus, it needs to be dealt
so-
with.
Yeah, sorry, because I need just to remind myself because a lot has been said. Did she say that the gnolls were taking over?
She said that the Knolls brought down the Pride Mane,
Ah,
and that the king of the Pride Mane was murdered by his brother and allowed that to happen.
But were they prepared for it?
Be prepared.
Yeah, you see where this is going.
Right.
Presently, though, she kind of looks to the group of you. I am afraid you find the Leonin prides in disarray. With our de facto speaker, the king of Pride Mains, and the Pride Lands, with him dead, and his brother being less than all. Unfortunately, we do not have the unity that we once did, so we cannot be joining you in any alliances.
His brother ain't fit to rule.
His brother is not fit to walk among the shadows of death, let alone breathe the air of the wilds or hunt the lands that we now own.
Pardon me, Thorn Speaker, as I have not partaken in pride politics. Who is this brother?
His name is Taka.
Of course it is. Thank you.
He has been in charge of the Pride Lands for not long, about a summer, and already, well, she just shakes her head sorrowfully. For 50 leagues in all directions of the great monument, as we call it, the land is dead and dying. No game lives or walks or flies. And the river, such as it is, has diverted. It once passed through the heart of the Pride Lands and now does not. Its very course seems to have changed. At least, so we have heard.
And the Knolls are with him?
The Knolls seem to have allied themselves with him, yes.
Including that mad dog you were talking with earlier?
No. Mad Dog is one of ours. We of the Thornlands do not care your species, so long as you protect the lands and seek to offer your aid to it. I am currently working on the problem of restoring the Pride Lands, in spite of the occupancy. Unfortunately, I am the only one. The Iron Mane Pride is too far from here. It is by your ruins, Gobsy. Which...
She perks up out of the jar.
just see the head.
No, do you see the picture I sent? The timeout jar?
Yes, I did.
The jar has righted itself since, and she's kind of just hanging out on there.
And Gobsy, you do know that the Iron Ridge is literally on the other side of the mountains. It's the only Leonin camp where they seem to actively mine for ore.
Interesting.
Presently, though. And she just shakes her head as she continues. The Sandpaw seem to be content to move further into the deserts. They are capable of finding water in even the driest of deserts. And their hydromancers are impressive. So, they have gone south, leaving much of the dunes, their lands, open to any who would choose to live there. And as I said, the Sharpfangs, Keon, are in civil war. Keon and Zoltar have taken two different sides. Keon believes that we should attack Taka and slay him, as well as all the Knolls who work with him in order to restore the Pride Lands. Zoltar believes that the king's line should end, as it was weak enough to allow a coup. And thus their pride has been split in half. The Sharpfangs are the largest of all of the Leonin tribes, and they are the greatest of our warriors. Unfortunately, their battle will last until the final bells toll for all of the wilds. And there is nothing to be done of it.
Well, if there is anything I can do to help, just say the word.
Lion, he is the heir apparent, or well, the only true heir left of the former king. Lion is making his way to the Pride Lands. He is young. He is brash. But he is chosen of the great king. I hope he is successful. After all, this is his fight to claim.
So if he comes back, he may be able to unite the prides behind him.
That is the hope. A Pride Main must rule. A Pride Main must sit on the monument and let the great king's roar be heard across all of the Great Plains.
Of course, that rock is full of pride. I mean, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
Yuki gives a big smile after that. Of course they have pride. Look at them. They're big, tall, strong.
Well, if he is coming in and we run into him along the way, we'll be sure to let him know.
He is headed to the monument. I believe he means to attempt to win the battle, whether or not he has alliances or allies. He has not come here. It is a shame, really. I had hoped he would stop here. It has been many, many years since I have seen my son.
Of course. Okay, question. We are here. In what direction is the monument?
Oh, let me pull you over to the big map, big map. Everybody go to the big map, big map.
Big map.
It's loading.
Going on over to the big. Oh God.
So you
So
Where am?
Oh, why is it so dark?
I don't know.
Why you gotta be racist?
I'm a slime, of course I'm racist. I don't understand your concepts.
I will say, but if both of you wish to copulate, just come to the doctor. I can make that race change happen.
So this is
No.
No.
this is the Thornlands here, and
Mhm.
this is the Pride Lands.
So that's Pride Rock. Got it.
So
This is the
there
monument.
that's a monument and we're headed where?
Your path, unless you divert it, will take you up there, specifically here.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
we're not going in that direction.
I
God.
know, but if he coming from here, like from up north, I don't fucking know where you coming from. So if we run into that Simba looking motherfucker, yeah, we just go. Hey, go to the Thorn Speaker. Go see your mother, you little fucking brat.
Like you missed out like on the perfect opportunity to draw a dick on the map explaining this.
So, as we are, sorry, not a circle. So we are here.
I don't see any drawings.
Yeah, I
Shit.
don't see it either.
So we're here. It doesn't let me. God damn it.
Some things are probably for the best.
I'm just pinging. So we're here,
Yes.
and we need to go up here.
Yeah, just imagine I drew a dick there. Okay, never mind.
And this is where he's going. And our final destination is somewhere in the black void up here.
Yes.
So, if we happen to cross paths, unless we want to make a detour.
We tell that fucking brat to go see his mother.
Yeah.
This is
Where's
your
that?
final destination.
The Grove
Yeah,
of the
so we have a
Gods?
possibility of
Yes.
crossing paths.
I mean, we could hit the Pride and go that way. I don't know what's in between, though. We don't know what's in
So-
between.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so the path you're taking is one of two.
Who drew the penis?
I'm so
So-
confused.
This
I just
path
popped in to look
here,
at stream and I saw a penis drawn.
and then you can either go this way or this way. Either way will take you to here.
I don't see any drawings.
I think it only showed it to DM. But was it purple?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Okay, that was me.
So. You do not see
David's
any
head
drawings.
shake of disapproval. Just the slightest little head shake.
Mhm.
I'm
So-
disappointed in you.
So we are
Yeah.
here, and one path I'm assuming is through the Ursine Woods.
Yep, and then it will be either through Riverden or through the Elephant's Rest. You will end up at Savannah, and then you will end up at the Grove of the Gods.
Yeah.
You could go to the Pride Lands and then just straight up to Elephant's Rest, and then to
Savannah.
and then the Grove, if you so chose.
I mean, but that would probably mean wading through knolls.
Correct.
There is that.
There is very little there is very little we cannot handle. But
Well,
I would
we can-
avoid picking a fight if we can.
I don't think the Ursine Woods will be as friendly as our prior woods were.
I just looked this over. Are the bears any friendly?
They are friendly to us. Though, if you wished to embark on this helping reunite the Leonin tribes, prides, I would not stop you. I can go speak to my brothers of Bear there on my own and unite them with us. I
Well,
simply part ways with you from here.
well, I do feel some type of kinship, even though we are not of the same pride. And you
And
just see
maybe
me
have-
look. You just see me looking at my hand and shake my head and continue talking.
Gobsy would Gobsy's like, also if we your son managed to reunite the prides and we can help, maybe we can get more allies against the nest.
That was the exact point. Pats the jar.
Tap tap.
It would be a situation where all, except the Knowles, and Taka, they'd lose. They'd lose it quite a bit.
Unite. By
Unite the
conquering?
brides. Well,
Yuki just kind of raises an eyebrow like, yeah, this is hypocritical.
it ain't conquest. Just
But it is, you know.
It ain't conquest. You just see it as
That's what those invaders are doing up north. North.
It ain't conquest. It's more of how the fuck do you say it? Liberation. There you go.
No, with the Knolls. She's just pointing out that we're kind of taking out one faction to, or at least weakening one faction for the other.
Well, they're the ones that align themselves with the usurper and therefore occupy the land. So that will be a liberation. Perfect.
Other eyebrow goes up, like, oh, okay, I guess that's how we're justifying it.
But
I ain't justifying
Serafi-
it.
Serafi nods her head. Indeed, the Knolls owned little unless they were nomadic. They didn't have much to claim. And we liked it that way. Knolls unchecked are a plague.
They're hungry little buggies.
Yeah, you see Yuki instantly a little bit more uncomfortable with this, but just merely is nodding.
Gobsy's head is swiveling back and forth as this conversation goes on.
Nodding's not so much an agreement, but so much that something has to be done either way.
Well, I do propose that if we can, we help Prads. If you're in agreement, please say so.
I'm up for it.
To the monument we go, I guess.
You are proficient in throwing weapons. If you need the slime to get to anybody, what to do?
That is true.
If you need the slime to get to anybody, you know what to do. Yeet, yeet.
Yeah, yeet.
How far can you yeet a Gobsy? Well, today
How
we'll
much
find
do
out.
I weigh?
The answer
That is a
is,
good
it's,
question.
if we're running it as an improvised weapon, you got 20 feet of range.
I weigh 220 pounds.
He has 18 strength.
Yeah, you could probably do it.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure. I'm like,
So, from my understanding,
You're
you
also
guys are
compact.
planning this move here.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah, go to the Pride Lands, go to the elephant stuff.
I'm just doing
And,
a test roll to see if my dice are first.
go to Pride Rock, hit up Elephant's Rest.
So go to Pride Rock, go to the elephant graveyard, kick some hyenas' asses, and tell Scar he can go shove it.
All right.
I mean,
That's our
more or
meta
less
plan,
accurate.
correct?
It's that or we go to the bone place and they get ambushed by the hyenas, then get kidnapped and taken
No, we're
to Scar's
going to
lair.
that bone place.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
we're
first
going
we're
the
going
other
to the
way.
bone place. Yeah, but
We still have to pass through it.
Yeah, we still have to pass through it. We're still,
Go to Pride Rock first.
null genocide time. Begin.
Well, not all. Hashtag not all. No.
Yeah, but just any nulls that decide to get in our way.
just
Yeah,
the bad.
you-
Just the
Yuki's
bad one.
a little
Just
bit more in
that
the let's at least try to parlay at some point here, but yeah.
Oh no, Gobsy absolutely is going to try and parlay.
Oh, and you know that, and you see May like, I'm not fucking genocidal. I can look like him. I can talk to him.
Well, it's just I don't want to run out of people to sell things to after we're all done killing each other.
Oh, that ain't happening, hon.
I honestly
No,
not
but more-
proficient in the undoing of life, actually.
I'm more proficient in the bullshitting of life.
Yuki looks immensely uncomfortable.
But anyway,
Because clearly she's very proficient in the
Proficient
ending of life.
at the undoing of life. Your subscription has expired.
Yeah, I don't
Loads done
probably
with
our
malicious
party.
intent.
you just see Yuki pop up behind and go, can I interest you in your life's extended warranty?
Warranty with a gun to the back of the head.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that Yuki, the one with the most violence, is like the one
He
who's
is the
kind
more
of hesitating.
reticent on this. Yes.
Yeah.
It's great. Moral compass. Which way do you point? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yuki
It's,
has a hard time with it.
And well,
All right,
Silver,
so-
I think we are going to part ways here.
Part ways? No, we are going to feast here.
Yes, but you know what I mean. In our travels.
With Silva.
Yes. It seems
I believe so.
It seems we must. But again,
I wish you luck on your travels, Silva.
eh,
Gobsy's hand pops out of the jar and waves.
he nods.
Yeah,
will-
kind of thing.
I will remain for the eve. And
let us feast together one more time, yes?
Most certainly. And with that, he kind of smiles. And Serafi smiles as she stands. Indeed. Let us feast.
How
And-
long till the feast? How
Not
long did this
long.
take?
You guys have been talking about an hour or so. You guys have been
She
talking
said
for a minute.
Godzilla.
So she stands up and leads you outside, back into the fray of it, where everyone is already going to, everyone is already, getting food and
Yep.
preparing to eat.
Oh, thank God. Food time.
Oh, I'm doing something while people are eating.
What are you going to do?
Entertain. That's what I do, my dear.
Oh, can I join in?
Sure.
Um,
I hand you a drum.
Oh, you want to drop? I don't have drum proficiency. I'm sorry. I have a lyre.
Oh, sure, that can work too.
however,
You're probably much better at it than me, but
as you guys are brought out, you guys are given places of honor among the pride here. You guys are fed. Actually, first, that seems to be a tradition here, is that guests eat first.
Are fed first. Yeah.
And everybody seems very welcoming. Kovu himself is nowhere to be seen.
oh, our Thornweaver friend.
Yes.
I say friend, but
Well, I mean, he's not an
Queen.
enemy.
The guy that was ready to kill us if need be. Yes.
yeah, friend.
I mean, gotta protect the pride, yo.
Yep.
I think in Yuki's case here,
Does
'cause
anybody?
this is a tough situation. One, a lot weighing on her mind now. And two, she's really gonna try to figure out more from a scent, kind of point of view. How did these guys get formed to be so big and when she is so small, Because, given backstory stuff, DM,
They're
a
Savo
lot of
lines,
problems
yo.
would have been solved if they were big and not small.
Indeed, you are correct.
So, a lot of the problems she's facing is because they're tiny cats.
Justification, they're Savo lions, yo.
Go ahead
Yep.
and roll me. We'll call it investigation.
Investigation. Okay.
So, and by the way, I'd like to think that the form I have is rather smaller compared to the other Leonin here.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
they are towering
Yeah.
above you by like 2 feet minimum. Even
Yeah.
the children are bigger than Yuki. At least the ones who are running around.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, because this persona is basically similar in stature to Sin. So fucking hell.
Not going well for the poor Yuki.
So, Yuki, as you're enjoying the company and as you're, feasting and eating the eel, though it does not taste like any eel you've ever eaten before. Tastes very different, very strange. Not unpleasant.
Tastes
Not at all unpleasant, but it is not
like
eel.
chicken.
I imagine she's talking about it and describing eel in her land to the Leonin around her, whom she's more integrated with rather than with the party. And she's getting like a back and forth, and they're describing what a snake is, and she's like, land eels.
Eels. I mean, there are water snakes, so why not?
Yeah, exactly. That's her logic.
But what you end up finding is an older Leonin woman. She is known as Thore. Um, and Therese kind of smiles, and she tells you. The ancient tales say that the great king bade his children. As you can see, there are the descendants of them among us. And she gestures to all the great lions and lionesses. They were his immediate offspring, as were all of the children of the wild ones. However, when the being known as Mantu was sung into the great choir and great chorus of the worlds, then a new deal was struck. Mantu was weak and frail, and yet the music mother wished all her children to be mighty. The wild ones being her great creations and children thought this would be wise. And so, with the help of Mantu, they created new life. Lion was not the first to work with Mantu. In fact, it is often said that the first to ever work with Mantu was actually Dragon, followed swiftly by Sobek and Fox, followed by Stag and Coyote. But Lion, when he decided that Mantu civilization was a wise idea, well, he and Mantu created the Leonin, starting with the Pride Main tribe, which is why they are our inherent leaders. They have the closest connection. The Tabaxi goddess Purira, or as many know her, Cougar, the mountain shadow. She saw Lion's children and demanded that she be given children of her own. And so Mantu created them. However, the first of their children was not as them, nor as Tabaxi. Bast, the cat, the feline archetype, as she is called. She is the goddess of the cats and what are known as the lesser felines, much like Aviana is the mother of birds, though you would find no temples or worship of her in the nest. Oliver, if you're in earshot and hear the word and hear Aviana or Ava, as you know her, she is not revered in the nest. She is the god of the lesser birds. And in point of fact, she's something of a pariah. Being a worshiper of Aviana is akin to being akin to what is a good real life equivalent? Akin to being a Scientologist, really. It's like
the bird Scientologists.
Yep. It's the prime deities of the nest go eagle, falcon, hawk, phoenix, crow, owl, raven.
Chicken. Okay.
Or he hears with his eyes. I'm not willing to put that past him. But presently, Bast.
I do have
Bast.
something here.
Go ahead.
I will say if Oliver has observed it, he might as well hear with his eyes. I don't know if he does. And if she does.
Yuki kind of sighs. So we are born only with the gifts we're given.
We are all born with the gifts we are given. But that does not mean we cannot find or be given other gifts.
I feel... Well, be it far from me to argue matters of philosophy, she says, kind of sighing and really just leaning into her food, just the weight of her task suddenly hitting her.
Presently, though, the old woman continues. It was Bast who created the Eleran, or I believe you called yourself a Meowlico? But
Yes, that must be what I am.
Poor old lady.
these simple creatures of our noble blood. Pereira decided to turn all her attention to the Tabaxi, and Bast and Lion had, of course, us and his own children. So Bast took all of the others under her wing. There are many stories of Mantu doing things of this nature. It was Mantu who created, or rather helped to create Aviana, the mother of birds. It was Mantu who helped create many of the sentient sapient races in the Wildlands. He was known as the Unifier, for he brought us all together under the Music Mother. Though there is one of the gods that he had no hand in making, and that is She of Nine Tails. Though I do not know that legend well, you would have to talk to one of the Volk. They might know it better. The Vulpine might also, though I have not seen a Vulpine since I was a cub.
I actually think this is weirdly a case where Yuki would actually know more about that than the outsiders, given where I'm from.
Indeed, you may roll a religion check.
Yeah. She's not good at religion per se, but I know I've definitely been hit with this one. Religion. Oh, nope, 5.
I'd say you have advantage given where you're from. So, what you know of Fox, known as the Thief. She is the goddess of cunning and thieves. She is the patron deity of, those two things, and she is a brilliant thief herself. She stole her way into the Music Mother's melody. It is said that she once was nothing, and then she stole her way in when the Music Mother took a breath, and now she exists. No one's quite sure how that works, but it is definitely something that happened. She then stole a few lines of verse from the Music Mother. Again, nobody knows how. And she used it to weave herself a daughter, Junko the Nine-Tailed. She is the goddess of wine, tricksters, and parties. And she has instead, in creating Junko the Nine Tails, she was content. However, Junko did not like her mother's overbearing, her mother's full of herself attitude, and her mother's arrogance. So she stole from her, or rather tricked her, in a drinking contest, drinking the whole world of all of its wines, thus putting Fox to sleep and stealing the verses of melody that her mother had stolen from the Music Mother. With this magic and with this music, she wove it herself and manipulated a large number of children of Junko in order to create the race known as Kitsune.
Old woman, I have a question that's probably outside of your purvey. Perhaps I should ask your, what was her name? Thorn, trying to remember.
Thornkeeper Sarathi.
Yeah, perhaps I should ask your Thornkeeper this. What happens when... and she kind of looks down. When a beast has no music. And she
No, what? I didn't hear that.
What happens when a beast has no music? When there is no verses assigned to them?
He actually seems to think about this. I have heard of creatures born of rock and stone. Of creatures born with so little verse left within them that it might as well not exist. But all wild creatures have the true heart of the music, for we were its first. We were the first of the Music Mother's makings. She was lonely, and so she built the wild ones as her companions, her friends, her confidants. You may not hear the music within yourself, but with time, I'm sure you could listen for it.
She looks at this older woman. How long do your people live, if I might ask?
Leonin? Oh. We live maybe 100 years. Maybe. Though
Then there is
our warriors
very
die
little
sooner.
time for me then.
Mm.
And Yuki kind of sighs, and you just see her just kind of lose her usual catty enthusiasm, her usual merchant enthusiasm as she loses heart, realizing that even if she is from, these, gods or whatever, if there is a purpose, there would be no way for her to know within her time. And the crushing weight of mortality kind of crushing in a little bit as she nods, finishes her meal, and proceeds to leave to contemplate this new information. I'm gonna let the rest of the party take over from here.
Oliver,
Yes.
as you are moving about, or as you're just standing and and watching,
I've been druid crafting.
what have you been druid crafting?
Just little flowers here and there.
You find that every time you cast Druidcraft, you actually are able to summon more flowers from one seedling. One seedling will sprout 3 flowers. For some reason, your druidic magic is very empowered here. And as you're sitting here, you can actually feel something. Please go ahead and roll me a wisdom check. So as you're sitting here druid crafting, you swear you can feel a presence. You swear you can feel something trying to get your attention, though it is weak and it is faint.
Is it familiar?
It feels familiar. It feels like the wilds.
Can I try and seek it out?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a investigation check. As you do, you eventually move your way to the bramble. The nearest bramble, again, is as thick around as an elephant. Just a regular one, though. Again, these brambles and vines are massive, and as you put your hand to one, or your claws, talons, whatever. But as you put your hand there, you can feel something moving through you. And you are standing in a grove. The water in the spring that sits before you is crystal clear. You can see stones all around you, though they are covered in mists. But as you're watching, you can see a creature that you don't recognize, honestly. He is a goat-legged little person. He's sitting in front of the statue, and he's playing a set of reed panpipes. The melody just soft and quiet. And he looks up at you. Ah, one of the wild ones. It has been so long since I have stepped among the wilds. I really must thank you for bringing them to the mainland. It is through you that I am allowed to walk in my garden once more. Well, the garden of my mother, I guess I should say, fairly.
Through me? I don't remember helping you.
Oh, but you did. You guided those who know of me and who worship of me, or at least know my name and tales. You guided them to these main lands. And there are those who are now looking into the old stories, into the old legends. I can already hear my name being whispered across my favorite playground.
But I don't think I know your name myself.
I am Purvis. It is a pleasure to meet you.
This motherfucker. Okay. Sorry.
I'm gonna reach my hand out. It's a pleasure to meet you too, Fergus. I'm Oliver.
As he shakes your hand, you can kind of feel magic pass through you, and he kind of smiles. I can tell. And you are everything that I used to love about the Wildlands. My mother's garden. She created such wonders and such wonderful beings. That is why those of my cult can turn into them at will. Only vague shadows of their former selves and true glory, but oh, what I wouldn't give to walk amongst her garden once more. But that gate, that ever-glowing gate, and the deal we struck after our battle destroyed all that we had wrought.
Are you like me?
Oh, no. I created the druids. Back then, they were known as cultists. And they were known as the Wild Wizards. At least by Crypta's cult. And, of course, by my older brothers and sisters.
So my teachers learned from you?
Oh, yes. The very first druids were
Me
my
too,
students.
I didn't learn from druids, though.
No, but you are a druid. You learned from the wilds, which is how the very first druids learned. I showed them to listen to the world, to listen to my mother's melody.
I'm still not entirely sure what that means. Or what it should mean to me.
He smiles and blows through the panpipes. It's Peter Pan's, like, 3-note melody. I don't have the sound on tap. I didn't think we would get this far today.
I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far.
So, but anyway, as he plays it, you actually watch as you look down at yourself, Oliver, and you look at him, and you can see stanzas. You can see bars of music and musical notes weaving through you. They are a soft yellowish gold in color, and he, at least through you, his are a rainbow of color. So much so that you have to blink several times, or you fear you're gonna go blind. But as the last few notes of his melody fades, the stanzas disappear, and he smiles. This is my mother's melody. It weaves its way through almost all things. Only the constructs made of unliving things and a race that has long since left the wild lands Only they are without it.
It's beautiful.
It is, isn't it? It is the thing that connects us all. It is the thing that the wilds is meant to be purest. I made sure that my mother's music was not corrupted. I made sure that it was pure, while my brothers and sisters fouled the music. And you watch as the air turns red, the grass grows sharp, and the stone seems to sharpen and crack.
Oh.
My brother and my sister thought they knew better than our knowing mother, and their empire thought to conquer things that it did not understand. And then, of course, and just as quick as his anger came, you watch as it disappears. My youngest sister, my dear Agrella, she wanted to bring life in lands where life did not exist. In water, fire, earth, and air. She wanted to create. And so she molded. And thus the Fae were born. And they too found a place and a home. But that is not a story for this time. That is a story for another time. And I feel that some people have already experienced my sister Crypto's story in her storied lands, along with the stories of Grumgog. Ugh. Disgusting, honestly. However, you will be coming to see my friends, my dear friends. I can see it in your face. And I can read it in the melodies.
At the Grove of the Wild Gods.
Exactly. It is where I used to be able to play my music. And they would all gather to hear me play. Because it reminded them of my mother. Oh, how I've missed them. And I cannot wait to see them again. Do you think... Well, no. You're bringing one of me. One of mine. Though he does not know it yet. He will soon. He will soon. He has already been touched by someone who is a cultist of mine. Though she would never say so. She knows I like my games. But alas, do not worry. I have so much I want to show you, but so much I can't. Listen to the words and listen to what is said in the grove. The wilds must be in balance again, for if they are not, then they will go the way of the Empire. They will go the way of the old world. All four lands are slowly moving towards their doom, and I am hopeless to save my friends here.
May I ask you, why did you make your cult? Why did you make the druids? I feel... I'm not sure if I've ever had a purpose before. And I feel so many new things. I feel rage like I've never felt before. For ones that would do such cruelty to wild beings, and I feel pity for the weak. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
He smiles. My druids were meant to be a counter to my brother Doros. Our father Chrome, the All-Father, the forger of the world, the god of rage, and the creator of humanity. He says that last word like it's poison. they sought to enslave the world and the melody. So I created my druids to make sure that the melody could never be held so. My sister Crypta wished to see the melody destroyed entirely, so she brought death, darkness, and silence. We children of the mother of music, we do not always agree on the way it should be. But my druids were meant to be guardians of the melody. We're meant to be guardians of the nature, of the song in all things. That was my cult. And they called me the god of chaos, the god of nature and frivolity. Can you believe?
I don't see anything frivolous about nature.
Exactly. And yet my brother Doros, the second among us, thought that through his tampering and enslaving of music, his empire would destroy my wilds. Grumgog and Crypta thought that their dead world, their dying lands, and their dark reaches would be the true answer to the mystery. As for my dear sister Agrella and Titania, as well as Tyros, I suppose, though he is a lower player in the game, they decided that there would be life and music in more than just the living creatures and living things in the world. They put life in all things, the inorganic, the unliving, the inorganics, rock, earth, fire, and wind. Not to mention water. Though I had always argued that the water always carried music with it. Sound travels fairly well in water. Or at least so I've discovered. Some of my friends in the wilds are remarkable. If you ever do meet Orca, you should let me know how he's doing. He is my favorite.
I will. Will I see you at the Grove?
You will see an avatar of me, should you bring a certain someone there. Don't worry. He shouldn't die too early. Although I suppose if he does, I can step in now that I am back where my power was always its greatest.
I'm glad I could help you.
Indeed. Thank you, young wild one. And he hands you something. And as you are handed it, you can see that in your hand is a simple wooden mask with a pair of leaves coming from behind it. And it is just simple. It's just a flat plank of wood with some eye slits and a horizontal mouth slit with these feathers bowing out of it. And as he hands it to you, he disappears. And as he disappears, as does the sights and the sounds that you're seeing and hearing, you find yourself back amid the feasting. And as you find yourself back amidst the feasting, Gobsy, we will pick up with you next time on the Wildlands.
Okay.
I lift up Ghazi's jar and
I'm probably out of my jar by now. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I gotta do
Did you
this.
ask for permission to be out of your jar?
I was trying to set up with Gauzy to play and a version of Hell's Coming with Me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I got the Western vibe going on, so gotta take advantage of it.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna love this in context, Don't come at me. I've got a jar of
A jar of
a
Gauzy.
jar.
I'm sorry, what?
Whatever this is.
I got a jar of something, and you don't want to know what's in it.
Well, What
By
was
the
that
way-
guy's name, Brent? I
So-
instantly forgot.
Purvis.
That is correct. Fervus, god of chaos and nature.
God,
Who the fuck is he talking about?
Me and White are just like the Lord.
The lore, guys, the lore.
I just hear thumping and like White freaking out on camera.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's what was me too, but I don't have my camera on. I was like, holy shit, the Lord, you guys.
So,
Yeah, there have been a couple moments like that for me where already White,
oh yeah.
I couldn't keep myself contained on a note about Worm.
Yeah, considering
Because of
you
lore
knew
I
it.
knew, because I played a Gulp 2 Underworlders last campaign.
So, for my lovely audience, unfortunately, you will not be able to see the moments that Whitehill and Eric are reveling in. However, this is as good a time as any to say it. I plan to take these fantastic friends of mine through all 4 of my continents here on Auria. They will be playing different storylines. They will be weaving together a similar story, at least similar in themes. But yeah, I plan to show you, the viewers, my world of Auria in great detail. Once the Vodari campaign has finished, I even plan to show you another part of it there.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
So-
I'm super stoked with it. I am super proud of Auria. It has been my mind child for the last 15 years, give or take. I have been working on Auria since I was in middle school at the very least. But I'm glad that these guys are enjoying it, and I can't wait to have more of you experiencing these moments in the next campaign. Don't worry, this campaign is not going to end soon. It'll probably take a long time to get to the end of what I have planned.
Hype.
But
Uh-huh.
of course, I cannot do this without my fantastic friends. So, in no particular order, as they appear at the bottom of my screen, we have Mr. Eric playing Gobsy, our medic.
Next time I'll be trying to help with medicine. I don't know if anybody's hurt yet, though.
Of course, we have the ever lovely Callie Cat playing Yuki, our samurai.
I am very hurt, but only on a place you can't get to.
Yep.
That's what surgery's for.
Yeah, you can't deal with existential dread through surgery.
We all,
I
I mean,
know.
outside of a lobotomy, maybe.
we all have seen the Scanlan hurting the Sphinx video. Actually, I don't think you were awake for that one, Callie.
Wake for what?
For that
you have
episode
managed
of
to
The
do
Legend
the
of Auria.
work for this.
Maybe not.
But
You have hurt,
we
for you
have
have pierced my heart.
we finally
Emotional
have Mr.
damage.
Whitehill back playing May, our bard.
It is great to be back. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm gonna be here for the next 2 weeks.
One of these
Because
days, you will
school.
stop going to school and you will be able to be here.
Yeah, one of these days. One of these days.
You need to hurry it the fuck up with that.
I know. Stop.
You can do it.
How
Absolutely.
many more languages do you need?
All of
Yes.
them.
Oh, White, can you translate more buttons? They've added more in Russian, and I don't understand any of them.
Anyway,
Translate
I'm
what?
afraid.
before you
I'm
guys
afraid.
get into that,
Yeah, I'm waiting for it dead.
we have Mr. Matt playing Teardor, our ranger.
I have a jar, and it has a slime in it.
I got a jar of slime. I got a jar.
I got a jar of slime.
I can't
is
wait to
just
hand
on
this
it.
to a small child, thinking that they're gonna think it's light, and they're just gonna fucking bonk.
With 200 pounds of slime, yeah.
And then
200.
we, of course, last but certainly not least, have my brother David playing Oliver, our wild druid.
I'm angry. I'm sad. My friends are trying to mate in front of me, and I'm just confused.
Hey,
One of them's enabling.
that's just like any freaking party you go to.
That's
Hey,
just D&D in a nutshell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Mr. David, please
Yes.
add to your inventory a
Oh, yeah,
mask
I wrote
of
it down.
Furvis,
A mask of Furvis, okay.
as it is now in your inventory.
Who
Because-
else in the party is he talking about?
Wouldn't you like to fucking know?
Like, he's the god of chaos, so there's a couple of people that it could be.
Yeah.
By the way,
It's obviously
um,
Yuki.
I'm putting that on immediately.
All right.
Where do you get that?
You might want to put a beak slot in it.
Nope. It hangs off of my face awkwardly.
I love it.
Oh, that's great.
But I, of course, have been your King of the Wilds, Dr. John Wolfenstein. Thank you for participating in this week's surgery, and we will see you next time in the operating room